Hi folks, it's been quite a while. I'm going to do another song of Flight of the Garuda. This one is song 16, perhaps with a little bit of humor. Its name is Introduction to Dzogchen with Caution. So we start. Emaho, listen only, beloved children of my heart. Listen with your ears, attentive and calm. Set the sweet melodies of this vagrant minstrel, Chodruk Ramtrod, upon the white peaks of your heart with a sweet-voiced maiden. This is just poetic introduction so far, saying, I guess, listen meditatively, listen calmly, and you might listen with a non-dual mind, a non-conceptual mind, so that the words go in not only intellectually but intuitively. When we have established that all experience is the one taste of emptiness, we have no attachment or aversion to samsara or nirvana. Of course, that one taste of emptiness is like saying all appearances are within awareness. All appearances are of the nature of mind. And if you again discover that awareness is your awareness, it's kind of like water for a fish. It's everywhere. Nothing can arise outside of awareness. If it arose, if it could, in theory, not in reality. If it could arise outside of awareness, you wouldn't be aware, it wouldn't exist. So awareness, in a sense, creates this phenomenal world that you experience. And that's the one taste of emptiness, the realization that everything that you experience, that is experienced, even you, the you image, is within awareness, the one taste of emptiness. We have no attachment or aversion to samsara or nirvana. The error of apprehending external entities either as aliens or as allies, as enemies or friends, is precluded. In other words, when something comes up, if it's a pleasurable feeling, if it's a painful feeling, if you are able to not grasp or leave the risings in the risings, as Denko Khyentse Rinpoche, His Holiness, said, there's no allegiance, even idea, and a concept may come up, a thought may come up, a feeling may come up, but if you're not identified with it, you realize you're the space within which these manifestations arise, it doesn't affect you. Like I said, it doesn't improve awareness, it doesn't harm awareness, and you're able to have this space, even though what arises is of the nature of awareness. It's like waves in the ocean. This I that identifies, this entity that identifies, this process that identifies, we cannot perceive, cannot see. It is neutral in relation to all risings, good and bad, ugly, beautiful, and that's when you are in the position of the nature of awareness, of course. Let's see. No self and other. No self and other. Dichotomy arises in any situation. All things are known as the one taste of emptiness. We already mentioned what that was about. The following is a complete exposition distilled into aphorisms. In the pinnacle of approaches to Buddhahood, the great perfection known as Dzogchen, the whole of samsara and nirvana has been realized as unfounded and a-causal. You know, all those big words are going to say, what we call Dzogchen, the great completion, the great perfection, is awareness. It's, you thought of it as your awareness, and then begin to see that this is not even you, because you appears within awareness. You is an image. The I as an image is a complex of thoughts and feelings and body contractions that appears within awareness. So it's more of, it just rises. You are not you, you are space, you are the space within which all these things arise. And that's Dzogchen, the great perfection. And unfounded and a-causal in the sense that, of course, in the relative world there's cause and effect, all right? I hit a cup with a hammer, it breaks. I apply fire to paper, it burns. But awareness is prior to all these so-called causes. There's some interesting philosophies too relating to cause, whether cause is really effective or whether we just have a habit of expecting something to happen after something. So awareness is prior. It's still. It's a stillness. It's a silence. And when you discover this silence, this awareness, this presence awareness, and you begin to disidentify, you begin to see your identifications with all these phenomena, begin to dissolve, you begin to see that you, whatever you is a spacious awareness. There's no cause and effect. There's just like a spontaneous flowering. The world arises spontaneously and flows. It doesn't get stuck. Let's see. From the beginning, Buddha is the one taste of the Dharmakaya. Again, many words. Buddha and one taste and Dharmakaya. It's all awareness. It just all refers to awareness. In the Dzogchen dimension, there is no distinction between gods and demons. In the land of Dzogchen, there are no Buddhas and no sentient beings. In the ground of Dzogchen, there are no moral dualities. There is no fear near or far on the Dzogchen path. There is no attainment or non-attainment in the Dzogchen goal. There is no correct or incorrect behavior in Dzogchen. There is no meditation or non-meditation in the reality of Dzogchen. Such is Dzogchen vision. And all that complex language goes through it kind of reminds me of the Heart Sutra a little bit. You know, no ear, no tongue, no taste, no body, no mind. In the sense that all these things appear in the space of awareness, which is again the great completion. Complicated language to lead to something extremely simple that you can experience within yourself, so to speak, within, has no location either. There is no here nor there. Because awareness is prior to here or prior to there. So all these things, there is no cause and effect, no Buddhas, no sentient beings, because all this is from the relative world. The distinction between Buddha and ordinary person is from the relative. In the world of pure awareness, presence awareness, these things rise without distinction. If there is a bias, if there is that the Buddhas are better or the people are better, that's getting lost in the phenomenal world. That's a clue to you. Should be a trigger of awareness to look at that bias, at that tendency. Okay, let's see. When we realize this Dzogchen vision, all constructs pertaining to the gross and subtle planes of the three doors subside, and therefore, like tangled wool, made manageable to moistening our three doors, made manageable by moistening, our three doors, body, speech, and mind reach a state of quiet, self-directed responsiveness. And you have to kind of work with meditation, with recognition, experiences, awareness. It's like silence in the midst of movement. There's a Christian saying, gotta be in the silent center of a moving world, or something like that. A still center of a moving world, and that's kind of like the experience of Dzogchen. If there's no thoughts, if the mind is still, you can experience awareness and stillness. But then, if there's movement, if there's thoughts, you can still experience that awareness as a space in which these thoughts appear. So there's still the stillness, along with the manifestation, the rising. Coincident with the development of a happy, glowing, thought-free samadhi is the birth of authentic compassion, which is like the love of a mother that a mother holds. I would say the love that a mother holds for her only son, except that here the love is directed towards all beings roaming in samsara who lack the Dzogchen vision. Well, this is relative. It's the Buddhist turn to awareness that we work to become Buddhas for the benefit of all sentient beings who are not Buddhas, who are suffering, and that the best way to help those sentient beings is to become a Buddha, which reflects the non-dual state. There is this love that's being talked about. It's not a romantic love. It's not pink and heartstrings and music. It's more like an openness. It's like equanimity. The practice of loving kindness reflects that impartial openness to all manifestations, be they you, loved ones, friends, neutral ones, even enemies. And the awareness mind, the presence mind, doesn't know distinctions like that. These rise in the phenomenal risings. You allow them to be. It's important to remember again that part of that attitude is leave the risings in the risings, like His Holiness again, Dilko Khyentse, whom I obviously quote frequently, said, leave the risings in the risings And this openness, this acceptance, this allowing of all manifestations is love, is the love. And compassion comes from that in response, perhaps to an enlightened being. So I think also to suffering beings, or even compassion in the sense of responding. If somebody's joyful, one feels joy. Somebody's confused, one feels concern. It's a response that comes from the stillness. The stillness remains, but then a response arises, another rising that responds to these situations, or people, we might say. After you have resolved that all things are empty, if then in your conduct you abandon virtue and no longer shrink from vice, you have fallen under the spell of a demon of infinite and intense evil. It is crucial to avoid this demonic pitfall. Well, this is just a caveat for behavior. Don't there's a real danger to think, I'm enlightened. I can do whatever the hell I want. I can steal if I want. I can lie if I want. And what they're cautioning is the karmic retribution still works, because there's still a world of appearance. There's still phenomena springing, and who wants to invite pain to oneself or others? It's like a saying that Padmasambhava is something like, he said something like, my view is as fine as grains of barley flour, and it's the other way around. My view is as high as the sky, and my respect for karma is as fine as the grains of barley flour. Meaning, yes, ascend, or like Tulku Urgyen said, ascend with a view. Let your view become purer and purer and purer. More this open awareness that allows all the risings to occur, realizing that they're all part of this awareness. At the same time, keep in mind your vows. Keep in mind, like say, the 7 points of mind training. Keep in mind the loss of your society, and keep in mind politeness. All these things are extremely important in conduct. Another way that this is said is, in your view, be like the Vajrayana, and in the conduct, be like the Hinayana. Be disciplined, be restrained. Freedom is not in doing whatever the hell impulse comes up. Freedom is in the open, still mind that allows all things, and is not hurt or benefited by anything. So freedom is within you. And again, we see Zen as sometimes quite disciplined. And Suzuki Roshi, explained the rules, the discipline aids freedom. It's like the scaffolding, when there's a rocket that's going to be shot into space, all the scaffolding and girders that hold it, and then it shoots into space. It's two different things. And keeping it in mind, don't lose your conduct with a view. Such are my introductions, initiating, recognizing Dzogchen, the great perfection. The following introductory, there's more in here, there's quite a lot. Let me see something here. We're going to skip this introduction because it's almost like something that should be presented at a separate time. Even though we got now 15 minutes at YouTube instead of 10, that's a great thing. Not sure how long this went. I wasn't timing it, but I think we're on time. So we're going to go ahead and upload it and take advantage of Carpe Diem here, maybe upload some other things. Tashirelek.